Well, here we go again from Studio A at 1 Biloxi Square in beautiful deserted Lake Worth, Texas. Welcome in, everybody. It's the Grandpa and Pappy Show.
It is on this 10th day of April, Friday, so it be.
Week number 3 of the quarantine. It is also today, the day of our taping, Good Friday. So happy Good Friday to everyone out there. Happy Easter.
Good Friday to you all.
Mm-hmm. And remember what the holiday is all about, because we need that man's help right now in our country and in our world. So
I just want to know where the good parties are.
Yeah, I bet you do.
That's a thing of the past, isn't it?
Yeah, we got a special guest in with us today. Old Boomer Goober from Lake Worth is here. Yeah, we're not gonna show his picture on the broadcast because he may still be a wanted man. But
got to get you over.
Anyway, we'll be
first.
talking to him here in just a few minutes and getting his viewpoints on being quarantined.
Yeah.
I want to give out a shout out, Pappy, if I could, to David Porter, better known as Disco Dave.
Disco Dave.
Yeah, he's got the some really great videos on how he's spending his time on quarantine. We tried everything in the world.
He's got all the right moves now.
Yeah, and he does. The Bee Gees ought to be very proud.
Pretty agile fella for his size.
Dave, you did a good job, brother.
That's right.
Just keep them coming.
That's right.
We're going to show everybody where they can go and watch these. This is what Dave does to entertain himself while he's quarantined at home. Speaking of quarantine, everything going well?
About the same, you know.
About the same, yeah.
Go to Studio A, 1 Biloxi Square, go to the store, go home, drink tequila.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
How about you, Boomer?
Well, it's been kind of something to deal with out there in my part of the woods. I'm telling you right now, because Mama's not handling this very well. She don't stay inside at all. I mean, if she don't get out and feed the chickens at least 3 times a day, she just doesn't know what to do with herself. I keep telling her, Mama, those chickens might be carrying a corona, and you need to stay in the house.
That's right.
I think you're carrying the corona.
That's right.
If I remember correctly.
I think you are the corona.
No Boomer Sooners get to carry the corona. You ain't heard about no coronavirus in Oklahoma, now have you?
No, I haven't.
Now they're all dead.
In Texas.
They're all
Never
dead.
dipped south of the Red River.
Go to hell.
Oh, mercy.
That's good to have you, and we'll be hearing for more.
Good to be here.
Old Boomer here in a little bit.
If we twisted his ear, you reckon he could squeal like a pig?
He does that quite often, though. You don't have to twist nothing. He gets twisted off enough as it is.
He'll probably twist your ear and make you squeal like a pig. That's right.
Well, folks, we got a good show for you tonight. We want to thank you for all the comments that you sent in to us.
Yeah.
How are you passing the time during the quarantine? And what have you learned?
Oh, man.
Holy mackerel.
I've learned how to achieve boredom at its greatest. It's I think I've gained about 13 pounds so far. How about you?
I don't think I've gained any. My alcohol in the blood is probably a lot higher than what it was, but that's really funny that I say that. We had so many of you to send in comments, but you didn't send any pictures in, but the comments are great.
Mm-hmm.
And we tried to clean some of them up. So if some of the language or situation upsets you folks, I'm giving you fair warning. There is some in here that might, shall we say, Pappy, be a little controversial.
Well, it was your idea to clean them up. Got to have those filters, I guess, huh?
Well, I hope my minister's not watching this. Yeah, we're all in trouble. I've given him enough material for the next 2 months anyway.
I bet you have. That's the kind of stuff that keeps the doors of the church open,
Yeah. And so, a lot of people that have sent in the comments, most of the comments have to do with drinking alcohol. So If you're a recovering
I can
alcoholic or a drug addict, I am sure this time is very difficult for you guys.
Well, Lord.
I shall say a prayer for you. Thank you so much.
Yep, just
Pass the offering plate. Thank
pour
you.
me another shot, chilled and dressed, and we'll call it even.
Let's get to some of these viewer comment. Boy, we had a ton of them too.
We did. Yeah.
And let's see here.
Thank you for sending those in.
Won't
by the
you?
way.
Won't
got it
you?
right.
Not the pages over here that is all on
Oh, okay. So
on
we're
the
going
shelter in
reverse
place.
order today.
Yes, we
Okay.
are. Yes, we are.
All right, we'll kick it off by saying Patty R. says that she finds she is eating way too much out of boredom. That is when she's not drinking.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
She got my vote.
All right, so where do you live, Patty? I'm going to send Boomer over there.
Whiskey Flats.
I'm going to send Boomer over there and let him give you a lesson or two in drinking.
Well, yeah, I can even bring the word of the Lord over there if that's what she needs to get her back on track. Just a word of the Lord and a bottle of Jack goes a long way.
It does. It does. Especially when it comes to slapping people in the forehead and say heal.
I like this one. I like this one. Our friend Marla from the field office
Yeah.
says, granted, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but you can't be drinking alcohol all day, or I can't. So we've been watching everything on TV. Facebook has become the extrovert's playground, and that is even getting redundant there. We get excited to go to takeout restaurants and sit in the car and eat, then right back home. This is boredom. Wonder why we didn't do this with swine flu or the SARS virus.
Well, I'm telling you right now, if she can't drink all day, she ain't trying hard enough.
See, it seems like I've seen her do that before.
Wet doggies.
I remember distinctly leaning over against her so I didn't fall off my stool when I was drinking all
Boy,
day.
I love this next one.
Yeah. Terry McAllister of Angleton said she can't.
Isn't that down around Houston somewhere?
Yeah, that's
Angleton?
that's where.
Yeah.
It's right by, close to where my young boy children live. Yeah,
Gotcha.
just south of Houston. Said she can't go to the hairdresser for a regular color, so she gave her husband permission to flirt with the brunette. Now that my blonde is fading, she had to hit her hubby with an umbrella because he thought it was okay to flirt with my sister. Duh. Thought that's what God made sisters for.
I wonder, that brings up another thing. I wonder how many of the ladies out there that do put a color on your hair, how many of you have your natural color coming through right now?
Oh, boy.
Special case is me.
Yep.
Oh my God, this is too good.
I know. I noticed old Boomer over there is getting a little silver tipped on his beard too. So.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to go natural.
That's
That whole thing about sisters and the hitting on them and stuff like that. I mean, that's just regular in Oklahoma. That's just the way it goes.
Y'all call those wives, don't you?
Yeah,
That's right.
kissing
Boy, you
cousins
look-
and stuff
yeah.
like that. Yep.
You look like your cousin. You're right, but that's my wife.
Said I am my cousin.
Yeah, Eddie Factor, if you're listening to this. Yeah, there we go. Now, let's see here.
Enter the banjo music.
Yeah. Ain't it so? Let's see. Pamela S. just wants her kids to get back to school. The one good thing she's gotten from homeschooling her children is that now she can go and pass the GED exam.
That's important in life too. Don't you mind these guys laughing at you? You just keep studying.
Ooh, I ain't got nothing to say about that.
Pam,
See,
that was
Boomer
a good one.
Boomer says, "What's a GED exam?"
Isn't that what you get when you have to have your privates checked?
I sent my wife to have one of them, and it turned out okay.
Golly.
And James O has liked working from home because he can sneak a peek at the internet without worrying that his boss will catch him. Well, if you wouldn't go on Pornhub so much, you probably wouldn't have to worry about it, James. My God.
James, you just tipped your hand if your boss is watching.
That's right. Cat's out of the bag now.
Let's see. Aaron Thomas says he's drank more in 3 weeks than he has in the last year. He just wishes he could have been with his friends doing it. He says this quarantine thing sucks. Well,
I
James
concur.
or Aaron, yeah, it really does. I'll give you that. I wished you guys would have sent some pictures in.
Yeah, we'd really
Nobody
have.
wants to take pictures nowadays.
Yeah.
We'd really have to clean it up then. Sharon T from Lake Worth.
Yeah.
We're out here in beautiful Lake Worth in her own backyard, says she's probably watched every show and movie on Netflix. When this is over, she'll probably cancel it. So,
Well, I'd hold on to that subscription.
yeah, you might need it for a while.
Yeah, but there was some good news. I mean, they released a report yesterday, Pappy, that says that the death count of what they were expecting in the United States is going to be much lower than what they originally figured. And even in New York City, the amount of people being admitted to the hospitals has gone way down. So
Really?
maybe this thing, and you showed us an interesting video. Now we're not saying, folks, to go out and do this,
We are not doctors.
but no, we're not doctors, except
Excuse me.
doctors of drinking. You know, so I have a PhD in that. But
Mayhem.
anyway, you showed us something that from a physician in was it
St.
Missouri?
Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis was saying that quinine water and zinc, taken in the right doses every day, is pretty much exactly what they use in the emergency rooms
Yeah.
for treating and doing preventative measures for this virus.
Huh.
So, I mean, it's out there. I mean, he's saying that he's convinced that we're still overreacting about it all. So, you know, if you just take the right steps.
Well, he's not alone. I mean, I've heard several doctors say, "Look, this is a flu-like symptom. It's got to run its course.
Right.
Flu has killed people. This has killed people." But his thing was that if you were having symptoms, what were some of the symptoms? If you have a persistent cough or congestion and
yeah.
stuff like that, or flu-like symptoms.
Respiratory problems,
Thank you.
feverish.
That you can go to the liquor store and get you a bottle of Schweppes tonic and
Which
go
has
get
got a high content of quinine.
Yeah,
in it, quinine water.
exactly.
So, yeah.
And go to the health food store and get zinc,
Some zinc, yeah.
and you take that at night. He said it'll knock it out within, what did he say?
He said 8 to 12 hours. No, he was referring to the treatment in ERs. The stuff they do in ERs for you is high doses of zinc, and I can't recall what it's called, but anyway, it's quinine based.
Yeah.
What they give you, hydroquinolene or whatever the hell it is.
Well, that's just something that you, if you're going to the liquor store anyway,
Which I
shall
probably
we
will
say.
on the way home.
Yeah.
So,
Somebody needs to stock up on that Schweppes water. Get it before the toilet paper people hear about it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, well,
Did you bring us any shine today? By the way, there, Boomer.
I got a little bit of shine out in the truck, but I don't know if I have enough to go around because, you know, we're all just like hanging on to everything right now. I mean, if I run out of my liquor, it's all downhill from there.
That's
boss.
right. You'll see him on top of the post office, buck naked with an AR-15.
yeah, he'll be getting up there, getting naked and throwing ice cubes at everybody. Yeah.
Stop it.
Well, let's see here. Paul Sizemore says he loves and adores his wife, but he will be glad to get out and mingle with his buddies. Right now, he copes with a bottle of blackjack and has developed selective hearing at home.
Attaboy, Paul. Let us know how that works out for you if you survive it, okay?
Selective hearing, I like that.
Selective hearing. I've had a bad case of that here lately, too.
Hadn't we all?
Larry C. says he's gotten used to drinking until late, sleeping till late, and not giving a damn. All I have to look forward to is whether I can make it to my effing job on time when we go back.
Now, he's got a point there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what do you do at home? I mean, a lot of you folks out there are doing a lot of drinking at night, okay,
Yeah.
to cope, and sleeping it off the next morning.
Well,
So
what do
what
you mean?
happens when we start going back to work?
You gotta
And
sober
they
up.
call you back in, and you got to be there at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Go in there
You're going to go in with your eyes like
Go in there
this.
looking like who'd have thunk it, huh? Good Lord.
Well, I'm going to warn you. This one, this one is a little controversial. If you know what it means, it's funny. If you don't, ask somebody. We're not going to elaborate.
Ask one of you kids. They know what it means.
Well, he says, this one says, our viewer from Houston says, having a pandemic at my age is very serious. At my age, I can only spank my monkey once a day, no matter how hard I try.
Oh my God!
Needs Jesus, don't he, Boomer?
I'm gonna have to take a good word over and talk to him about that.
And I know who wrote this. I'm not even making a comment one about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy me. Our field office buddy, Tiffany, says the puzzle she's working on sent her into a tizzy. So she's spending time on her balcony chilling out and drinking, but her wife Marla is putting Richard Simmons to shame right now with her arrow dance or whatever it is. Tiff, you're my buddy. I love you dearly, but I am not even going to get involved in that conversation.
I'm not going to say nothing.
There ain't nowhere I can go with that one.
That's a picture I don't think I'll ever get rid of in my mind.
There's a lot of moms, before we
my.
go back to this, there's a lot of parents that are doing a lot of homeschooling for their kids. One of our comments earlier is she's learned a lot. She might go pass a GED, but there's a lot of moms and dads out there doing a lot of homeschooling.
Yeah.
And these kids, there's pros and cons, honestly, about homeschooling as proposed to send them to public school.
I believe in it, but a lot, provided that you're qualified for it. I think you have to go through some testing series and all that for homeschooling. But Cassie, my daughter-in-law, and Jordan, my son, have considered homeschooling Natalie. So I mean, they've got different programs out there where they can intermingle with other homeschoolers, for social stuff and all that, which is not allowed now. But anyway,
God bless y'all for doing it. I know.
I know a lot of parents that could use a little homeschooling themselves. So.
Ain't it so?
Yeah.
I bet you Boomer could. Yeah. What do you think?
No. I've got a PhD in country. So I've been actually homeschooling little Goob, Goob Jr. And
I'm not even going to ask what that is.
He's doing real good.
Oh, boy.
He's doing real good. The whole trailer park comes over whenever we're having classes.
Yeah.
And he does real good.
He does real good. Huh?
Well, there you go. But bless y'all. I know we have two daughters that are doing teaching from home to their students. One is a mathematics teacher. That ought to be fun.
Yeah.
And the other works with special needs kids, so that's got to be a challenge. Holy mackerel. But God bless you, teachers, your first responders out there. God, we can't say thank you enough for all you're doing. Jamie from Mississippi says, since I work at Walmart and am an essential person, it keeps me sane. It would be, I would be going crazy if I was sheltering in place. Makes sense.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's entertainment, just walking the aisles of Walmart anymore. Doug from Eagle Mountain gave us a definition of the word covidiot.
Covidiot. Now, boom, listen to this one closely.
That's right.
Covidiot.
I'm listening.
Okay. He says it is anyone thinking they cannot or will not be affected by this pandemic. What you say about that, Boom?
Listen, I just think that if you grow up in the country and you learn to swim in ponds and drink water out of creeks and stuff like that, I don't think there's anything this virus would get on the country folk. You know, it seems like all them city folk. If you look at it, it's all in them big cities. It's where everybody's getting it.
That's
You hear about it out in Arkansas or out in Oklahoma in the country. No, we don't got it because we have already polluted our systems to the point that this virus is nothing but, you know, a pansy.
The antibodies are built high.
That's right.
Did you invite this guy in today?
I don't even know who the hell he is. I thought you invited him.
Oh my God,
I
Pat.
was standing out front.
Well, we need a little target practice.
That's right.
Let's see. Patrick M. from Arlington said he's losing it. Yesterday morning, he swears he thought he saw the Kool-Aid man coming out of one of his neighbor's houses.
Oh, Lord.
Turns out it was his wife in a red velvet robe with a margarita in her hand, which brings up a good question. Why is she coming out of the house wearing a red velvet robe and drinking a margarita at 7 a.m. in the morning? She's a hefty gal, so I didn't want to ask and get trampled on.
Probably behooves you to keep those questions to yourself, Bubba.
Yeah, I would think so.
Drinking is a real thing.
That's right.
It's a real thing.
I'm living proof of it right now.
It's a problem.
That's
It's a problem.
Not for me. Rachel C. from Norman, Oklahoma says to battle the boredom. She has started a daily journal to remind her how crazy she's getting.
Oh, now that's just sissy fire. Put that journal down and go to the park.
Where's my gun?
That's right.
Get him,
She
Dolly.
needs to go hang out with the Kool-Aid lady.
Well, we want to thank you for all of the comments that
What a
we've
hoot.
gotten in today. Boy, there was a bunch of them, and hopefully it didn't offend any of you.
Well,
But
then again, that's what we do.
well, we're equal opportunity offenders when we need to be.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll even throw people in your face, kind of like old Boomer Goob over
Now-
there, you know?
Pappy, I want you to look at the monitor up there because some good friends of ours
I know where that,
at
bar
Eagle
is.
Mountain Lake
Yeah.
keep sending photographs
Can you name
of
that
different. Can you name this drink? Well, as many photographs as they've sent out, I don't think they even remember what drink they're drinking.
I bet Melinda has to tell him every time. I would call that a floor crawler is what I'd call that.
Yeah,
It's got more damn booze in it than the field office does behind the bar.
ain't it so though? Ain't it so?
That's crazy.
But anyway, it was a lot of fun, and thank you all. Don't be afraid to send pictures in, everybody. I mean, we're not here to make fun of. Well, maybe make
Yes,
fun
we
of
are.
a little bit,
Yes,
but
we
I kind of feel like I got a little made fun of today.
Are you offended?
well, if you'd put your clothes back on, we wouldn't say much, you know. So.
Look, it's Friday.
It is Friday.
That's right. Sans Pants Friday.
Sans pants. What's
I-
that?
Sans Pants Alones.
I guess this is your day to take a bath too, right?
No, that's next week.
You
Next
need,
week,
you need
okay.
to polish that one good tooth when you smile.
That's it.
Listen.
You'd be a lot more handsome.
I had to put a lot of time into that tooth.
Well, okay. So let's.
And we do appreciate old Boomer Goob swinging by.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
it's
have a
my
little fun
pleasure.
with
It's
us.
my pleasure. Grandpa and Pappy, you guys, I watch you religiously every time you put out a new episode. You know, sometimes I disagree with you. Sometimes I do. I gotta
That's
be
okay.
honest.
How many times have you thrown things at the TV set?
Just a couple. Just a couple. You're talking about political incorrectness and stuff like that. You know.
Well, that could be.
They do politics in Oklahoma?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know they knew what politics were.
Only with a double barrel in their hand, I bet. So
Anyway, thanks, Boom. Appreciate you coming by.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good-
I'll let myself out. I'll
good
let
seeing you,
myself
brother. Please do.
Let's get on to some of the viewer comments on the subjects that we've already we've covered.
All right.
Let's see. Old Sea Daddy from Lake Worth thanked
Old
us
Daddy,
for
yeah.
casting his comment on our smoking show and said he tried to be as politically correct as he could without offending anyone.
Yeah, he only
He
does.
did good.
He does that on my personal page. Thank you for keeping it off our show page, though.
Yeah.
Bobby L says he enjoyed the show. He's not a smoker, but he does cope all day long.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's got to be a meaning behind that somewhere that I'm not catching.
I'm sure. I'm sure there is.
Hey, a little shout out to our friend Shelley, who just lost her little loyal dog, Lady, of 13 years.
That's sad.
You know, pets are like kids to a lot of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hang in there, Shelley.
Yeah, hang in there. Rory Tatum.
Yeah.
Our little buddy up in Oklahoma, another one of our little Okies. Wrote in to say she really likes the hemp cigarettes. She's been smoking since she was 10 and doesn't see a need to quit now. Says no smokes, damage could be widespread.
I'll bet, just like your 15 minutes yesterday, or you were talking about.
Yeah.
Did you quit for 15 minutes?
I was moody all the way up to the store, man.
Let's see. Lisa S. Wrote in and asked why it is that non-smokers have more rights. That's BS, she says. Smokers pay more and have shitty health, but our opinion still matters.
That's well said. Yeah.
That's true.
And the Big E, Elton Thompson from Denton, says to keep up the good work. A friend turned him on to the podcast, and he likes the frankness of the show. He wants us to talk about how shitty our veterans are treated when caring for them from the VA.
Boy, that would be a good program right there.
That's a whole new show in itself.
Big
But
E.
hey, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for pointing that out. Right
Absolutely. Thanks for that idea, because we may just tackle that. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
We had great news before we start wrapping up here.
I want to hear it. I want to hear some good news.
Grandpa and Pappy now have a web page.
Indubitably.
That is up, and we're very proud of it.
Well, it was designed and set up by our very own Special K.
Special K,
That's
yeah.
right.
Gives you a little information on
have to pay her.
Pappy and I.
Pay her 4 times what we're paying her now.
Zero. Anyway, you can go to www.grandpainpappy.
Not and, but the letter N. Grandpa.
www.grandpainpappy.com.
Yep.
And you can, we'll keep you updated on things.
Be the easiest way to patch into YouTube to subscribe to us and give us a like.
Great point.
Yeah.
She's made it easy.
Well, she's also integrated it with Twitter and what else?
LinkedIn, Instagram.
LinkedIn, Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nice thing about the web page, folks, if you don't have a lot of time, if you can go to the web page, you could subscribe right there to YouTube. 2 buttons.
Got a big old red button you can push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You push that one.
Yeah.
You hit subscribe. Done.
Voila.
We had a challenge that over 900 of our folks, members that joined
The podcast page.
the podcast page, that we couldn't get all of them to go on and subscribe.
Yeah.
Well, we are challenging you because we've been challenged. If you're a member of the Grandpa and Pappy podcast page, go on and subscribe. Please.
Yeah.
We want to win this challenge.
And we're currently up to what, 900?
128 the last time.
I challenged myself to do enough marketing and get it at least to 1,000 by Monday. So.
Well, there are a lot more idiots out there than I thought they were.
I thought you were gone.
Who got him back in?
I don't know. Maybe the dog did.
Lock the damn door next time he leaves, okay?
Coming up when we get together again, we're going to be talking about your pets.
Yeah.
And what they mean to you. We're already starting to get some pictures in, so be sure to send that to grandpaandpappy@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
We want a picture of your pets.
Yep.
If it's funny, a little video, it's got to be 30 seconds or less.
Yeah.
And we'll feature it on our next podcast that we get together with you next.
We'll have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
You know, we've got just a ton of them so far that we've been trying to sift through, and we need enough to make up a full show.
Yeah, we sure do.
And then some. So. Because everybody loves their fur babies as much as they love their kids.
I do.
Like, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty much.
But it's been fun.
Although I'm mad at yours right now.
It has been fun today, everybody,
It has.
and we want to thank you for joining us.
Thanks again to our buddy, Goober Boom.
Boomer Goomer.
Goober, Goomer Boom, or whatever,
Boomer
for coming
Goober.
in and visiting with us.
Boomer goober.
Get it right. Boomer Goober. I'm sorry.
Will you be still over there? Quit moving.
That's
You're,
right.
you're making me dizzy.
That's right.
But anyway, happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah, have a good one.
Enjoy your
Good holiday.
family, and until we see you next time, so long. We love you.
Take care of one another.